So we've got a few remaining Baby Pinky plushies in stock over at Creator Inc., and they gotta go. We're doing one final push to sell out what's left, with the price knocked down a whole 40% to only $15. So if you haven't grabbed one previously, this will be your final chance to snag a squishy Baby Pinky, because once these are sold out, they'll be gone for good. Check the link in the description and order yours before they're gone. Previously on the 100 Line Last Defense Academy.
That's right, he was a lie. Sorry about that. Move over, Kokichi. There's a new liar in town. Yeah, all right, whatever, bitch.
And now back to Danganronpa 54.
Hello!
NicoB! Back with some more of the 100 Line Last Defense Academy. When we last left off, holy shit. A lot. God, just a lot. The Supreme Commander tricked us and stuck all of our friends inside of a fake spaceship. But that's okay, Takumi just has to fucking whack it a bunch of times, and now we're good to go. Oh my god! Nozomi's dead! Nah!
That makes Takumi big fucking angry. And you wouldn't like it when he's big fucking angry.
So we all get together and harness our fucking righteous anger and beat the crap out of the Supreme Commander.
And then Takumi gives her the biggest suck of her life. Oh yeah, suck that crap right up.
With Kako getting the final blow and just stabbing her again and again and again and again and again and again and again. But unfortunately, Ima and Nozomi are gone. And this doesn't feel like we're going to a happy ending. But Edo had a great idea. He's like, guys, if we're all gonna freaking die, why not just go see what the hell we're protecting? You know what? My absolute best friend and trustworthy compadre, you're freaking right. So we go over to the door before we can blow it up. Oh my god, it's Fire Kameda. He's here to tell us that, yeah, he's the guy that's been living in there the whole time. I call that. He opens the door up for us, and lo and behold, he's just a little baby in a little tank. Oh, look at little baby. He's like Death Stranding baby. Baby, what are you doing? Baby, you're like the most powerful being in the universe, babe. Oh my god! Well, he's not anymore. Yeah, it turns out Edo's a big, crazy psycho fuck. He doesn't love us at all. In fact, he hates us. He hates us so freaking much, especially Takumi, with his red hair and sexy eyes. How dare he exist? Edo has been cursed with seeing people as otherworldly, horrendous creatures for his entire life, and so feels obliged to murder all of humanity because they're just that ugly. Now that he's absorbed Fire Kameda's power, he's become almighty. Turn on the rock music. And after one epic fight, we freaking defeat him. But before we finish off Edo, he does tell us one thing, that the truth that we think we know isn't the actual truth at all. What does that mean?
I don't give a crap anymore.
Damn, Takumi's getting a lot of sucks this episode. And with that, we have one? Kinda? Sorta? Well, the baby that was powering the facility is gone, and a very large chunk of our friends are gone, and one of them wasn't even a friend at all, and now we simply have nothing to protect. So what do we do? But yes, needless to say, I definitely started getting a bit suspicious of Edo. I was suspicious of it at the start, just simply the fact that his likes and dislikes were sort of mirrored Kameda, right? It was like, oh shit, is this guy gonna be crazy? But then, you know, it went so long, and it seemed like, well, maybe not. But I started to sort of suspect him here in the more recent episodes. And started to see the potential, oh no, I think he is playing us here. But as you guys point out, while he is cut from a similar cloth as Kameda, he is very different from Kameda. And someone who did a very good job of explaining that was JJR, who last episode said, Edo is like the anti-Kameda. Kameda is someone who loves humanity so much, he sees himself beneath his fellow ultimate classmates. And he's even willing to sacrifice himself for humanity to thrive in their hope. Edo, on the other hand, hates humanity so much, he sees himself as the only worthy human in existence. Also, whereas Kameda's insanity was revealed as early as chapter 1, it took over 90 days for Edo to reveal his insanity. Heck, even their feelings towards the protagonists are the opposite. Kameda loves Hajime the most, and Edo hates Takumi the most. Surely we all know what this means. While Kameda loves bagels, Edo loves waffles! Oh shit, you're right. That makes so much fucking sense. It's all coming together, guys. This is where this council voice is eventually gonna lead, right? It's the ultimate battle between Kameda's bagels and Edo's waffles. That is the fucking finale we deserve, damn it. And it's gonna cost like $8 billion to produce. It's gonna be the most epic fucking anime fight ever. It's like 8 hours long. Fuck. Be awesome. So many waffles and bagels are gonna be fucking tossed around like frisbees. It'll fucking make your head spin. Put on your 3D glasses, penguins. But that is actually really interesting. Like, because Kadaka, it's like if he was gonna do that again, right? Do something like that again, he wouldn't do the same exact thing. I actually love that. I love that he is like, the crazy character, right? The guy who's just banana pants. He is in so many ways the polar opposite of how Kameda is crazy. But anyway, JJR, thank you so much for your incredibly enlightening and really interesting comment. And here's the reason you are comment of the day. But yeah, thank you, by the way. Last episode kind of popped off pretty hard in terms of like analytics and everything. You guys were definitely waiting for that big reveal. Holy crap. But needless to say, this one is also a pretty significant one as well. So I think it's time I hand this shit back off to past Nico. So take it away, man. Day 96. From then on, all the school's facilities ceased to function. It was as if Last of Us Academy itself had died. Huh. No good. Nothing's working anywhere.
Same with the cafeteria. Refrigerator and rationomatic are powering up. We still have non-perishables though, so it should be okay for a while.
Interesting. It didn't give me a boost after that though. Where's my boost? Oh, funny. Look at his things here, right? Dislikes loud noises and ugly things. Well, isn't that interesting? Now it all makes sense. Damn, starting to feel like a real killing game now, isn't it, guys? Holy shit. Fucking dropping like flies here. What the heck happened?
The undying flames in the defense room were probably the power source for the rest of the school.
Once Ado off the person who was making them, all the other functions must have stopped too.
Then what are we supposed to do now? We're in the middle of nowhere with nothing to sustain us. Hey, speaking of nothing, has anyone taken a peek outside? It's a seriously depressing sight.
Oh, God. When I looked out the window, I saw something I didn't think was possible. The wall of undying flames that surrounded the school had gone out. The only thing out there was the endless city ruins.
The wall of fire is gone too.
I guess this is what it always looked like out here, but it feels strange.
Is this really how it ends? Do we really lose to the invaders?
We just seen through to that traitor's true nature sooner. Never could have done that. Never even imagined there was someone sabotaging us behind the scenes.
What about the invaders all out attack? Is that still happening?
I wonder. Our mission's already failed after all. At the very least, the enemy no longer has any reason to attack this place as desperately as they did before.
Just to come and finish us all off. I don't want to fight anymore. I'm done fighting. I thought it was pretty fun, although it wasn't the kind of killing game I was hoping for. Are we sure no one's sending someone to get us? They've really abandoned us.
Why would they rescue people they see as disposable?
I'm far too noble and important to just be thrown away. Someday, the Zuzuki family will crush all of humanity.
Knock it off. You sound like Ado.
So now what do we do?
Now what? There's nothing left to do here, but there's no reason to leave either.
Are we going to stay until day 100 at least?
I think so. There's no one else for a roach-headed, sucking face freak like me to go.
We play the game this far. We're here to see the ending on the final day, right?
You have nothing to do, nowhere to be, and nowhere to go. I'm feeling it all over again. I'm total loss of everything I hold dear. Day 97. When I woke up the next day, I couldn't motivate myself to get out of bed. Emptiness, helplessness. Those emotions still overwhelmed me. Losing Kaoru and Nozomi, being betrayed by Ado. I had nothing, no place to return to, nor anything I could do about any of this. In the end, I couldn't do anything. I whispered listlessly and let my heavy body sink into the bed. And I kept sinking deeper and deeper. Day 98. It wasn't even morning when suddenly it happened. My body. I didn't know what was causing it, but something abnormal was happening to my body. It wasn't just heavy. Throughout my whole body, I felt warm. No. Hot. Hot, 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 hot. Abnormally hot. Far beyond anything like a regular fever. Oh shit, the undying flames building up in me. Don't tell me I have rejection symptoms. Had the cryptoglobin rejection that plagued Nozomi finally come for me? Maybe this is what I deserved. I was being punished for being unable to do anything for the baby in the defense room. Punishment for being unable to even trust him, let alone protect him. As I moaned from the intense heat running through my body, I finally stopped resisting it. Soon I lost consciousness, as if the heat was swallowing me whole. How much time passed after that? Minutes, hours, longer still. I couldn't say. I lost all sense of time. The vicious heat assaulting my body didn't subside. It only grew in intensity. The heat woke me from my sleep. It was so hot, it felt like I was being burned from the inside out. What is this? I'm burning up. It's like my body's on fire. It's not rejection, is it? Feels like something more. Immediately, my vision filled with flames. Fire erupted from my very body. Not just any flames, they were undying flames? I was enveloped in undying flames. They were emanating from inside of me. I let out a scream, and then something even stranger happened. The flames that filled my vision pulled away from me. They became a ball-like mass and began to writhe in front of me before forming into another shape. Fire, Kameda! You're alive! And just like that, the boy made of undying flames was there.
You? How are you? How am I still alive?
Fuck if I know.
Unfortunately, I'm not. My real body is long dead. Killed by Eito. Then... what is this? The last of my consciousness. Remaining in the cryptoglobin.
Cryptoconscious.
Something like an echo. That's all I am now. An echo? I don't understand it myself. The power of cryptoglobin is truly mysterious, but I'm glad this has happened. I really wanted to talk to you one last time.
It's curious to me too, but I don't have any strong feelings about being killed. Strange, isn't it? To feel nothing about your own death. I'm not even sure that I was ever truly alive in the first place.
What do you mean?
Not only do I not have a name, but I don't know anything about my origins either. Nothing about my mother or father, or the place or date I was born.
Nothing at all?
What did my real body look like to you? A newborn baby?
You didn't just look like one. You clearly were one.
But several years have passed since I was born. I'm about the same age as the rest of you.
What?
As a trade-off for the overwhelming power I was born with, my body was incapable of growing physically. It was unable to endure the sheer might of my cryptoglobin. The all-too-great price to pay for the benefits of this mutation. It's ironic, isn't it? My cryptoglobin is practically all-powerful, while my body was incapable of sustaining itself.
Please, even if you can't tell me everything, tell me what you know. What is cryptoglobin?
I don't know. Even I'm not sure what this power really is.
So you've been left in the dark too?
I only learned that the enemy had the same power when I arrived here. I still don't know why that is either.
So in the end, not a soul here was told anything. Was that to prevent information from leaking to the enemy? Or because we were destined to die here no matter what we did?
Because of that body, I never got to experience having friends. I couldn't risk letting anyone close to me, not when I could have lost control over my power at any moment. Sirei was the only person I ever spoke to. He looked after me ever since I was young.
Really? Him?
Yes, he raised me, if only as a weapon. It was my destiny to live and die here at Last Defense Academy, to use this power to eradicate the invaders.
Are you okay with that?
It doesn't matter. With my body the way it was, I was in no position to resist. I had to cooperate with the mission in order to live. Well, I call it cooperating, but I was just having my power constantly drained from me. Maybe you pity me, but I've long since accepted my existence as a weapon. I never once considered what it was that I personally wanted to do. Not until I heard about all of you.
Huh?
Sirei told me on the first day, when he brought me here. He said a group of boys and girls my age had been brought here as a special defense unit to protect me. Once I heard that, I felt happy for some reason. It was my first real emotion. I was so curious. I wanted to get a look at you. So I created an avatar with my cryptoglobin. Behind Sirei's back, of course. If he'd found out, he would have scolded me for wasting my power.
And then you found me.
Yes, you mistook me for an invader and began to panic.
I see. I'm sorry.
No, I realized that it was a natural response, considering my appearance and inability to communicate. Besides, the situation was what it was. After that, I thought I should stop creating avatars. But Sirei suddenly stopped coming to see me, so I was even more curious what was happening with all of you. I decided to check in on things in this form again, all while trying to stay out of sight. I only appeared in front of you on urgent occasions, when I had something I really needed to tell you.
Now that you mention it, whenever we were in a bind, you were always there. You must have realized we were in trouble and tried to warn me.
From your point of view, I must have been a strange being, but I started to feel an affinity for all of you. I started to want to fight alongside all of you as a friend.
As a friend?
All this was very strange to me as well. I had no idea where these feelings were coming from. I envied you.
Envied us? The people who were constantly bickering and never sticking together?
True as that may be, the sight of all of you working so hard to stay alive was beautiful to someone living with no meaning like me.
Hey! Hey! Have you heard my epic hey, fire guy? But in the end, it was all for nothing. We failed. It's easy to blame it all on Eido's betrayal, but I'm sure that wasn't the only cause. We were sloppy from the start, about fighting, about protecting each other. I stayed in the same state of mind as when I got dragged into this, fighting without resolve or conviction. And as a result, I lost everything. My comrades, someone very dear to me too.
So you have regrets?
You bet I do. I'm full of regret. I can't stop thinking about it, wondering if I could have done more. If I'd just done better, maybe I could have saved Nozomi, saved Karawa. I no regret won't undo anything, but I can't get it out of my head. Even Eido was able to do all this because of me.
Do you want to redo the past?
Huh?
The reason I came to you this final time was to talk about exactly that. This is the last message I'll ever give you, and it's the most important of all.
Whoa. Oh, this is it, isn't it? This is it. It's not quite going how I thought it was, though. I thought it was going to be some epic, like, world, like, this is the way the world is, or some shit, right? Oh. And this is how it's going to take form. This is how I get to decide my ending. Is it like, am I just going to be, like, searching for the actual true ending, basically? The good ending? Oh, shit. What do you want to tell me?
When I was killed by Eido, all of my cryptoglobin was incorporated into him. I watched your battle from inside of him, and I noticed something. A strange occurrence with Eido's specialist skill.
Really? What happened to it?
After absorbing my cryptoglobin, Eido's specialist skill underwent, I suppose you'd call it an evolution.
Sure seemed that way when we were fighting him.
It must be the effect of my cryptoglobin. It seemed to stimulate the power that was already inside of him.
Oh. Ha! That's actually kind of clever. Because Takumi's special move, right, is the ability to redo, to retry a fight, or a round or whatever, right? So he's going to juice it up so that you can retry the game again.
And now, by way of Eido, that cryptoglobin resides in you. Your specialist skill, which allows you to redo things, should also have evolved to its highest level. If you use that power, you would be able to return further back in time than before. All the way back to the beginning of this 100-day period, in fact.
Wow. And that's how this shit works.
Back to the beginning? You're telling me I could do all 100 days over again?
I think you have the power to do so now. I can feel it from inside of you.
So does that mean that does that mean that as Takumi is going back, will he remember everything that's happened? Will that always be with him? That knowledge? Because that would be very nice.
Is this for real? Can I really go back and redo it? Redo all of it?
Naturally, you'd be the only one going back. You'd have to part ways with everyone.
Huh? Then what would happen to the others? Would they all have to keep living here in this timeline?
I'm not sure. They may continue to exist as part of a parallel world, or they might vanish the moment you redo things. I can't tell you anything for certain. There's no telling how returning to the past might affect other things either.
What do you mean?
The flow of time is by nature one of the absolute truths of the world. There's no way that flow can be reversed. Breaking that rule and warping time to your own ends is bound to have consequences. Something unexpected might happen in the world you return to. It may have unfathomable effects on your cryptoglobin.
Even on the cryptoglobin?
Interesting. I mean, thinks this might also have effect on like just how things play out, like how the world is, maybe even how characters are. Because I mean, if I go back, does that just mean Eido's just going to be evil the whole time, right? Is there going to be a possible chance or a world or an event where that isn't the case? Maybe there's a version of him that isn't born with this ability to see everyone as monsters, right? And he actually becomes a better person, all right? If like maybe something like that.
Nothing would be out of the realm of possibility. You'd be using your power to violate the very laws of the universe.
No, yeah, I think it is. Like nothing is out of the realm. Like anything could happen. Like it's not like, oh, this is gonna play out the same, and then maybe I just adjust some things, right? I think that potentially every time I go back, it might be like a different world entirely. You know, maybe the same looking location, but things are different. Character motivations might not be the same.
At any rate, redoing the past will come with risk, at the very least. And it will also mean that you'll have to fight all your battles again. You'll have to fight this cruel war all over again, from the start. The outcome may not necessarily be positive. In fact, it could end worse than it has now. But if you're plagued with regret, if you wish to reclaim what you've lost, then you ought to try using that power. You should try to redo the past.
It's your decision to make. You should choose what you think is the correct path. You should press forward and trust in your decision.
Wow.
Even if I die, I want to press forward and trust in my decision.
Trust in my decision.
That's all I wanted to say. I'm glad I finally got the chance to tell you.
What happens to you now?
I believe I will simply vanish. Or rather, I've already vanished. The fact that I'm here in this way is one more miracle brought about by cryptoglobin.
I also imagine all of my stats and stuff will still somehow carry over, right? I think that's why. I think he's saying that to really give us the like to allow things that like shouldn't be possible, like, oh, all my equipment stuff is carried over for some reason, and maybe somehow our academies are already joined together. You know, it's like, I don't know. But I hope it is, I mean, it should be the case that he remembers everything, that Takumi will not forget. But if that's the case too, it means like, he should just stop Edo immediately, right? But it also means that any ending that I potentially get from this point onward, right? He should remember. At least I hope. I hope that ends up being the case that he remembers it and it contributes towards something, right? But goddamn, it's hard to believe that this whole fucking section that's taken like 20 episodes to get through has essentially been like the linear prologue of the game, where there really wasn't any choices to be made. That's crazy, dude.
So now I'm going to disappear for good, like I always should have.
Could you tell me one last thing before you go? You were nameless. You had no roots. You were incapable of living on your own, treated like a weapon, and then killed.
Hey!
Hi! Do you want to relive that life?
I wonder. Maybe it's not worth reliving, but I am what I am, so I don't think anything will ever change. But if I could, there is something I'd like to do.
What's that?
Next time, I want to befriend all of you. I want to argue with you and fight with you.
Aw.
And until the moment I die, I want to do everything I can to live.
Leaving those words behind like flames slowly converging, the ghost boy vanished. Day 99. There were no announcements playing anymore. I woke on day 99 in an eerie silence. Hadn't moved from my bed. Yeah, actually, I don't even... This might just be the end here. I was thinking there might be one more fight after this, but I guess technically there's not really much of, like, a reason for them to fight us, right? I also do have to wonder if going back means I'm gonna have to... Like, are all the boss fights just gonna be the same again? Like, how much is even really gonna change, you know, from, like, the fight stuff? I couldn't get the conversation from last night on my head. I can redo the past. But I'm the only one who can do it. I don't know what will happen to the others. I have no idea what will be affected by, or how things will change as a result of going back. And above all, if I redo the past, I'd have to fight for 100 days all over again.
Is it possible to just go back like a couple of weeks? You know, I feel like I could just like maybe fix a lot of this if I just went back a couple of weeks.
Wonder how everyone else is doing. I'm a little curious. I might go check in on them.
Oh. This is like a final goodbye with everybody or something. Can I even interact with this thing anymore? Nope.
What's going to happen to us? We managed to survive up to this point, but what do we do now? Is nobody going to come for us? I'm never going to see my family again? Do I just have to stay here until Earth is destroyed?
Hey, hypothetically speaking, if you could redo these 100 days, what would you do, Tsubasa? Would you do it all over again?
If man, I could see my family again, I'd want to do it all
But
over.
if we're doomed to die, even if we win in the end, I'm done. I don't want to fight anymore.
Why? Why do things have to end so miserably for me?
Hey, hypothetically speaking, if you could redo these 100 days, what would you do, Karara? Would you do it all over again?
Huh? What kind of juvenile question is that? But if I could, I'd turn it all around. We win our fights and we survive without a single casualty.
In the name of the Osuzuki family, I'd forcibly wrench a happy ending out of the hands of fate.
Okay. What about you, Kyoshka? You weird, horny girl?
Are we truly going to ride away along with Earth? Will we never see anyone from the complex again?
Hypothetically speaking, if you redo the 100 days, what would you do, Kyoshka? Would you do it all over again?
If I could redo it, by all means, I'd do it over again. We'd be certain to win our fights against the invaders the second time around. But even if we win, we still die, correct? Then maybe it's better this way.
No. 'Tis better to die a warrior rather than live meaninglessly. Isn't it? I don't know anymore.
I don't want to be anime anymore, Mom!
In a sense, this is a happy ending because we managed to live. But on the other hand, it's a bad ending because we lost the war. What kind of ending is this, ultimately?
Hey, hypothetically speaking, if you could redo these 100 days, what would you do, Yugamu? Would you do it all over again?
Seriously, what an adorable question. I think I'd refrain. I doubt any good would come out of a redo.
It's more likely our time here was fated to end up this way from the start.
Everyone giving different opinions here. It's funny, we still don't really have any answers to about like what happened with Nozomi and why she lost her memories either.
I know I'd be better off dead anyway, but I wish I could have been useful somehow. And Leo could have been proud of me, but I wasn't able to make even that happen.
Hey, hypothetically speaking, if you could redo these 100 days, what would you do, Shoma? Would you do it all over again?
I wonder, someone like me would probably only end up with the same pathetic outcome as this time. A waste of space is still a waste of space, no matter how many times he does something.
Sorry for my devastatingly boring answer. I can hardly think anymore.
The other thing too is that by going back in time and like starting it, this is where I'm like, again, so now I get the idea of how we're going to seemingly do this, but it's like also, I'm gonna go back in time and everyone's gonna kind of revert back to their old selves, right? In a lot of ways, right? Like Shoma will be back to being a scaredy cat and a bunch of people will be like, I don't want to fight and blah, 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 but seemingly at least, right? It's like, how do you even get around that? It's hard to imagine, like, I don't know how they're gonna make these endings or make these like paths not feel like insanely redundant. I don't know, maybe the first 10 days are always like really similar. Tomorrow is day 100. Can't believe we're gonna reach day 100 without it, with everyone so damn miserable. Takamaru would absolutely do this, by the way. Hey, hypothetically speaking, if you redo these 100 days, what would you do, Takamaru? Would you do it all over again? Huh? What'd you say? You kidding? Of course I'd do it all over again. And this time, I'd beat the supreme dickhead NATO in a bloody pulp.
I can't do shit. So it's all just empty words at this point.
I wonder if he's gonna tell them. You know?
Hey, is anyone gonna come from the artificial satellite and save us? Are we just gonna leave us here to die?
I think Gakko will probably say, hell no, I don't want to ever do this again, right?
What are we supposed to do now? Might still be invaders out there too.
Hey, hypothetically speaking, if you could redo these 100 days, what would you do, Gakko? Would you do it all over again?
Huh? Why would I fight again? Who'd ever want that? Oh, but if I did it over again, maybe we could have negotiated with Sirei and got him to let us live. There's no sense to think about this. It's all it's possible anyway.
My whole life's nothing but rotten luck. I want to redo my whole existence.
Kako would definitely do it again.
What am I supposed to do now? Just wait for the Earth to be destroyed.
Hey, hypothetically speaking, if you could redo these 100 days, what would you do, Kako? Would you do it all over again?
If I could redo it, I would. I'd do it all over again. I'd make sure to protect Ima and everyone else. Even if our only choice was to die in the end, I still want to die alongside my dear brother.
I know that's not possible. He's already dead.
So like one thing I'm thinking too is like could you in the situation we're about to go to, right, where I can potentially choose things, right? Can you get like any ending of 100 endings from that point, or is there like a level to it, right? Where like, all right, you're given this choice of different routes in this time, and then once you've gotten the knowledge of those routes or whatever, then you get new ones, like because Takumi's not forgetting everything, all right? This is Takumi seemingly doing this. And we're not like, I don't think, we're not like some weird, like, you know, otherworldly force that exists within him that, you know, can see the timelines or something, you know? Some paranormal side shit, you know? We're not like that. But it does sort of feel like it's just like the setup is like he's gonna find the good ending. But I imagine the good ending maybe only comes after seeing every other ending, I would imagine. That feels like what it is setting up. Which is kind of why, funny enough, Kadaka said, right, that you shouldn't feel like pressure to see all the endings or whatever, right? But if that is the case, then it kind of is if you want to even get like a decent ending. At least that's the way it seems. I don't know. Granted, maybe you can find just a good ending here, or one that you're just happy with, but sorry, my mind is spinning with thoughts and ideas how this is just going to play out. And Durumi is just like, whatever, right?
It's all the machines and stuff functioning. I could actually die now if I want to. Let's just die. I want to fight the rest of the Invaders. Oh, I know. Let's all kill each other and all out brawl until only one of us is left.
Hey, hypothetically speaking, If you could redo these 100 days, what would you do to a roommate? Would you do it all over again?
Nah, this is like too much effort. I don't really want a happy ending anyway.
This ending's more fitting for someone like me. One where everything is perfectly unsatisfying.
Guess I've talked to everybody now. Should probably head back to my room. Even after I got back to my room, I kept agonizing over the same thoughts as usual. Also, we should also be really fucking hungry, right? Time went by as I ruminated, and before I knew it, night had fallen. This was supposed to be my last night at Last Defense Academy. Not that it really mattered. Day 100. The day we've been striving for is coming tomorrow. But this ending is a far cry from what any of us hoped for. I fought here in order to see the person dearest to me once again. To go back to Karuha. But my Karuha is dead. For some reason, she showed up as Nozomi Kirifushi. She died in my arms. From the moment she died, I've been full of regret. Regret that I couldn't save her. I feel the same about Ima and Hiroko, and about not seeing Eido's betrayal coming. I regret everything. And it's not only regret that plagues me, it's also frustration. There's still so much I don't understand.
I know I'd met you before.
Huh?
Even though we talked about so many things, how did I forget?
What are you saying?
That's right. You're Taki from back then, right?
Why did Karuha show up as Nozomi Kirifushi? Why did she forget who she was? When the world happened to her? And then there's Eido's final words to me.
Right. That's what you think the truth is. You've got it all wrong, though.
Am I okay not knowing? Is it really okay for things to end like this? Not to mention the fucking monsters, right? And them sounding like people. I don't know, maybe we are the monsters. Maybe it's gonna be some shit like Eido, what Eido sees is actually the truth or some shit and we're crazy and it's like, I don't know, wild stuff like that. It is weird that for some reason, why do we suddenly hear what the monsters were saying? If I go back to the past, I'll have to fight 100 days all over again. Will I fight again? Will we go to war again? Is that the correct path for me to take? Spent my 99th night at the academy cheering the same thoughts over and over in my head. And then... Day 100! We did it, guys! Woohoo! We finally made it to day 100. The day the undying flames were originally meant to rain down on the planet. The day we put a stop to world death by burning all of the invaders to ash, taking us with them. The day that all of humanity up on the satellite has been waiting for. But now... Ding dong! Huh? Someone's here? Wait, the doorbell still works? What the fuck? The power's out! As I opened the door, a panicked voice greeted me.
Takumi, something's crazy happened. Come right away.
What is it? What happened?
Just get to the war room. Everyone's already there.
After that one-sided conversation, Tsubasa ran off. What was that all about? Couldn't be the invaders, could it? Did they come for their final all-out attack? If they are here, what should we do? Fight them? Do we even have a reason to keep fighting anymore? Guess we're meeting in the war room to discuss it. Better hurry. Hey, Kararo's got her mask off. Huh? There's power? Why is this the only place with power? Did you fix it, Tsubasa?
No, it wasn't me. This morning I was walking around the school and noticed the lights had come back on in here. It's only in this room, though. Everything else is still out of order.
So what, you brought us here?
That's right. I called everyone here after I heard the news from Kako.
You scared the piss out of me. I was guess the invaders were attacking.
I took a look outside, but there were no signs of any enemies approaching.
Is the final all-out attack not happening anymore?
From the invaders' perspective, there isn't much of a reason to attack this place anymore.
If they had any guts to come after us, but I guess this is what you expect from the minions left after the big boss is dead. Why is there suddenly power in this room?
The undying flames were powering the rest of the school. Maybe this place had a backup power source?
So it just automatically went live. Why now? by the way, has anyone seen Lady Carrara? I wonder what happened with her. I'm over here. But don't look. It's embarrassing.
What happened to your mask?
My doorbell rings so suddenly. I was in a hurry to leave, and then I stepped on my mask and tore it. Why? I'm right in the middle of fixing it. Don't look at any of you. That just makes me want to stare harder. I love teasing cute girls. Stop it, Takumi. This isn't the time for that.
Then something new happened. Strange music suddenly started blasting through the speakers.
Whoa, what the?
I think I know what this is. Listen, it's the music they play for graduation ceremonies and stuff.
Oh, what the hell?
I've never been to a graduation, though. My teachers hated me, so I didn't get invited.
Why the heck is it? An announcement echoed throughout the school, cutting off Takamaru's question.
The most important moment of this operation will soon begin.
Huh?
Lost Defense Academy will now transition to attack mode.
Huh? Attack mode? What's going on? What exactly is about to begin?
Wait, be quiet. Do you hear that?
Huh? What do you... We strained our ears to listen for any sounds around us. Sure enough.
He's right. I hear something. It's mechanical. Something is running somewhere.
Something is running.
An omnidirectional attack will launch in 600 seconds. Special Defense Unit members, please evacuate to the schoolyard immediately.
Evacuate?
Repeat. An omnidirectional attack will launch in 590 seconds. Special Defense Unit members, please evacuate to the schoolyard immediately.
Evacuate? Why?
He's telling us to go out of the schoolyard. What do we do?
Obviously, we gotta go. Let's go find out what the hell's going on.
I guess it's better than staying here and rotting.
I didn't want any sunlight today. It's seriously depressing.
Bewildered, we all started to run to the schoolyard.
I'll be right behind you. I just have to fix my mask.
All right, but hurry.
No, don't look at me. I'll get you as soon as my mask is fixed.
What in the world? Huh. Well, here we are in the schoolyard. I don't see nothing different about it.
Is there something here?
The announcement says something about attack mode, but I don't... Oh, everyone there! Look over there!
Tsubasa pointed to the top of the school building. We all looked up. There were several huge missile turrets jutting out of the roof.
Whoa! What are those?
What are those?
Turrets, it seems. For the missiles. Is this what it meant by attack mode? Wow.
Was the plan to firebomb the entire planet using those turrets?
With the missiles filled with undying flames.
Huh? They were gonna launch missiles from there and wipe out all the invaders on Earth, huh?
They look so sinister.
Well, nothing's gonna happen now, is it? This thing's don't work anymore, right?
In theory, there's no more undying flames to fill them, after all. Just then, the announcement rang out all around us again.
An omnidirectional attack will launch in 400 seconds. Leading up to the omnidirectional attack, all defenses will be rerouted to the intercept system.
The intercept system?
Special Defense Unit members, please board the escape pod in the schoolyard immediately.
Oh.
Escape pod?
Repeat.
Oh. This is to show that humanity, they did not actually abandon us. And this is what we needed, right? This right here, right? Just to show that humanity didn't leave us to die. This is the final push we need, and that Takumi needs, essentially. To know that this isn't just like, we're fighting for some people who just threw us away.
An omnidirectional attack will launch in 390 seconds. Special Defense Unit members, please board the escape pod in the schoolyard immediately. omnidirectional attack will launch momentarily.
Escape pod?
Please the target.
Is that for getting us out of here?
The escape pod. Repeat. An omnidirectional attack will launch momentarily.
Does this mean if we board this escape pod, we can get to the artificial satellite?
Huh? We were actually going to go home from the very start?
They had a way for us to get out. We were going to be abandoned.
Hey, what is that? What's happening? Lady Karawa, you managed to fix your mask. Enough about my mask, you dullard. What the hell is that thing?
Escape pod, apparently. Looks like we can use it to get to the artificial satellite.
So we have to stay here? Freaking sweet! We're gonna get our happy ending after all.
What's so happy about it, brat boy? If we'd known this was coming, we'd never have agreed to the enemy's proposal. What were the Zomians and Ima's sacrifices for?
She's right. That whole tragedy happened because we wanted to escape.
We just trusted humanity and fought until the end like the Zoe said. Maybe then the mission would have been a success. We wouldn't have lost her. We dug our own graves. We could have had a happy ending all along, but we messed it up.
Karawa's right. We should have believed Nozomi. We made the wrong choices, and this is what we get for it. We screwed ourselves over with our own decisions.
But when you think about it, aren't the people on the satellite to blame for keeping us in the dark? If they just told us about the escape pod from the start, this never would have happened.
Yeah, you got a point.
Maybe they had some reason they couldn't contact us, even if they wanted to. Cares about any of that anymore. I don't care whose fault it is. We made the wrong call. That's what Zoe and Ima are dead. What a tragic end to our fate. Fuck! I wish I had the power to go back in time and do some crazy time traveling shenanigan horse shit. But unfortunately, all I've got is the Holy Trinity, sir. I wish we could do it all over again.
Huh?
If we could go back in time and do it over again, we wouldn't make the same mistakes again. We could do it right and get our happy ending. Whoever developed the game of life is a real scumbag for not giving us any retries.
Is he gonna tell them or what? If we could redo things. If we could go back to the past. We stood there in silence until eventually.
60 seconds until the omnidirectional attack. Commencing countdown.
Hey, we've only got 60 seconds left.
Not like we got any reason to rush. Nothing's gonna happen.
30 seconds remaining.
We stood in silence, listening to the countdown ring out.
20 seconds remaining.
This countdown represents a future that we were unable to reach. The moment the world was meant to end. The moment a new world was meant to begin.
10 seconds remaining.
The long, arduous battle we fought in order to reach that future.
5 seconds remaining.
It was all meaningless in the end.
3, 2, 1.
Our war ended not with a bang, but a whimper.
Error. A catastrophic error has occurred in the system. Unable to execute omnidirectional attack. Error. A catastrophic error has occurred in the system. Unable to execute omnidirectional attack.
Nothing happened.
The mission really has failed now. It's all our fault. I'm a disgrace to the Suzuki name.
What do we do now?
What else? Only option is to hop on the escape pod and head to the artificial satellite.
That's right. There's nothing left here to accept invaders. No point in sticking around.
Guess Earth is gonna get destroyed by world death eventually.
I want to fly in a rocket. The last one never even left the ground. But how can we possibly face everybody on the satellite? They're going to be mad, aren't they? Will they forgive us?
We'll have to bow our heads and ask for forgiveness. Let's rub our face on the floor until they're all scraped up.
We tried, right? We risked our lives to fight for them.
Doesn't mean a damn thing if we didn't produce results.
I absentmindedly listened to what everyone had to say. Nothing we lost would ever return. There was nothing we could do anymore. Is this really the ending we want? It's time to give my answer. It's time to choose the right path for me. I get to decide. I have to press forward and trust in my decision. In order to make that happen. Oh, here we go. Decide your destiny. Isn't it amazing? You start this game with this thing, like sort of hinting at it, and then you don't ever get another one until now. Return to the past, or get your shitty ending. Yeah. It's your future.
I can't let things end like this.
Huh? You say something, Takumi? I can't let things end with all these regrets. I can't go into the future like this. I want a do-over.
Takumi?
Hey! Guys! I might be able to save us. All of us here. All the people on the artificial satellite. Even our friends who've died.
What? What's going on?
Everyone, I need you to hear me out. Oh, he is going to tell them. Determined, I began to explain what had happened to me. About my body feeling the effects of absorbing the cryptoglobin from the Undying Flames boy. And what it was I was about to attempt. I told them everything.
You fear me freaking time travel?
Back to the past?
Samurai Jack.
I can hardly believe it. Is cryptoglobin really that powerful? Flying on the wings of time would be truly epic defining event. No. Who's ever heard of a killing game where they let you go back into... Oh, wait. There's actually a ton of them.
Yeah.
So you're saying you're considering using that power to go back in time?
Yes, I want a do-over. I'll do whatever it takes to get back what we've lost. So I'm going to use cryptoglobin to go back in time. To change our outcome.
But you're the only one who can go back, right? We really can't go with you. I want to help Ima too.
I'm sorry. That won't be possible. So basically, you're the only one who gets to leave the present where everything's gone to shit. You're gonna abandon us failures here and do it all over again by yourself, huh?
But if Takumi goes to the past and saves us, history will change and we'll be saved too, right?
Guess it all depends on how the effects play out. The present might change the moment the past is changed. Or history could branch off and this present would never change at all. Ultimately, both outcomes are just armchair theories, so we'll never really know unless Takumi tries. Both of them sound pretty cool to me. If the writer's any good, they can make it any outcome interesting.
So there's no knowing what will happen to us here, including whether anything will change or not.
I'm still confused. So anyone explain it using mangas for reference? Have you ever read the one with the blue robot cat?
The one thing we know for sure is that Takumi is the only one who can redo the past.
It's not fair. You're the only one who gets to feel better.
Basically means you're gonna abandon us. Knowing that, are you still gonna do it? If you gotta discard the people you fought beside?
Shouldn't you maybe rethink this? There's no reason to subject yourself to this war all over again. Just forget about it and come to the satellite with us. We can all live a nice, quiet life up there.
Give it to us straight, Takumi. If I don't like your answer, I can't promise I'll be able to control myself. Oh, wow. Return to the... Oh, wow. Give me a last chance, huh? Why don't you say no here and get, like, an ending? Nah. I don't want to ruin this momentum and be like, yeah, sure. If I can, I'm sure I'll get a chance to redo it and see it.
I'm sorry. I have to go back. No matter what. I have to take back what this war took from me.
You're serious, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going back in time.
So we won't be able to go to the artificial satellite together.
The person I cared about isn't waiting for me there anyway. You have no reason to go. I'm going to redo everything and get her back. That's why I'm going to fight again. Looks like you ain't gonna listen to anything we have to say. In that case, go for it, man. For that determined, just do what you gotta do. And that means this is goodbye. Sorry, Takamaru.
Takumi, you're really going to go? I wish I could join you.
I'm sorry, Kako.
Man, I don't get you at all. You gotta be crazy to want to fight again after everything we've been through.
All I can say is, good luck.
Thank you for spending all this time with a filth-bag pig like me. Be well, Takumi.
I don't really understand what's going on, but I bid you farewell, Sir Takumi. Godspeed. May you be victorious. This doesn't mean I forgive you. In fact, I'll hold this against you till I die. But you're going to do this. Make sure you do it right. Don't let Zoe die this time.
Of course.
Bye-bye, Takumi. Find yourself in a real killing game. Send me to that timeline. He's the guy stop.
Then I guess we should get going. The remainder of humanity is waiting for us on the artificial satellite.
Yeah, that's right.
Goodbye, Takumi.
Bye, everyone. Take care.
And so everybody except me stepped on the escape pod. I mean, I could still go with them and then just top back or whatever. Or I just go now. Nobody turned to look back at me or the school. A short while after all of them boarded. I may not want to be that close to it, Takumi. Fuck it. And then I got lit on fire and died. Shit.
And I didn't get a chance to time travel. The end.
Ah, just kidding. It was 100 days. There was only one ending, and you died, dummy.
Hope they can at least find happiness over there. We may have failed the mission, but they still risked their lives to save humanity. They have the right to live happy lives from here on. They should be rewarded even. I'm sure they'll be fine. Unlike me, they have people they love waiting for them up there. And as time goes on, they'll be able to find more people to cherish. I'm sure they'll be able to live happily. It just won't be on Earth, that's all. Now then, I better get going. I don't actually know how I'm supposed to go back in time, though. Should I just activate my redo skill?
Nothing left to do but try.
Oh, I'm in the... That's cool, I'm in a fight here. Oh, that's amazing, wow. That's so cool. Redo your 100 days. Whoa! Did the ship come back?
Takumi, hello? Say something if you're still there. We just got to the artificial satellite and it's awful.
Oh no!
Now's not the time for time travel. We just found out the craziest shit. Are you ready for this?
Fuck! Go back! Oh, too late. The past decides the future. The future decides the past.
Time to do it all over again. One more time. I will return to the past. As far back as the power of the cryptoglobin will allow me to go. I'll redo everything from that point onward. So I can protect the one I care about the most. I'm sick of being full of regret. I'm going to choose my own future. And I'll fight all over again to make it happen. I'll fight the past with the future in my hands. I get to decide what the future will be now. I'll use my power to choose the ending I want.
Cool.
The past and the future. It all starts now. Until the moment I die, I'll fight to live. This time, I have to press forward and trust in my decision.
Cool. Oh wow, we got credits too. Well, that's interesting. I'm seeing some redacted stuff there. Oh, well, that's interesting. Why redacted? Are there other characters we've yet to meet? Wow. That's a lot of redacted stuff, bro. Is that really gonna spoil something? Hey, don't forget this scene with Hiriko in a swimsuit. That was hot, right? Wow. God damn, man. Wow. Congratulations, prologue complete. God damn, this game's gonna be fucking, this is gonna be a long Let's Play, guys. I mean, no, we're done. We're done. We did it, guys. We did it. Turns out I was actually fine with that ending, so we're good. We're done. Absolutely, this is the last episode, the finale. We did it. We did it. Jeez, man. This is cool, though. I'm not gonna lie. This is a really cool setup for this. I actually really like the thought behind why this is happening and why this is possible. I like it a lot more than just simply being like, because a lot of times these kinds of endings, right, are like some otherworldly thing, right, or some power that is like unbeknownst to the characters. I kind of like the idea that we're really going back and truly making choices because we want to change that future, you know? Also, I gotta give it to Rui. Holy shit, they did a fuck ton of art for this game. They did a fuck ton of art for this game. This is only a very small portion of it. This is all we just got for this route. Granted, I'm sure that they had a ton of help. They probably, you know, it's their style and everything, but I don't think they probably did every piece just themselves. They probably did like line art and then had theirs colored and stuff. Cool. The 100-line Last Defense Academy. To be continued. Well. Oh. And just back to the tile screen, huh? Oh. Oh, shit. Well, that's fucking hype as hell.
What? Does that say 2? Does that say 100-line Last Defense Academy 2? What? What the fuck?
Well, the music too. Holy shit. Is this gonna change every single time I get a new ending? Is it gonna continue? Is it gonna be like the 100-line Last Defense Academy 3, 100-line 4? Is it gonna keep counting upward? Am I gonna get to danganronpa 53? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what's going on? I can't imagine I mean, the number would probably, it was like it's just like the music in the background every time though, right? They wouldn't be that insane, right? Right? Wow. That's fucking crazy. Guys, we're back for 100-line Last Defense Academy 2. Oh no, I have to change all my, and now back twos and shit. Wow. Wow, dude. Damn, I'm not gonna lie, it's just gotta be hella hyped. Fuck, this is fucking super cool, dude. This is such a cool setup. It's so cool because even knowing that like we're eventually getting to that point, just learning how it came to be was so satisfying. Wow, man. Well, all right, guys. This seems like a good spot to end things here for now. But when we come back, the real game begins, right? The true game begins. Our actual Let's Play begins for 100-line Last Defense Academy 2. But anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this episode, maybe even these episodes. We ended up splitting this one because this is pretty long. And this first ending that we required out of 100. 99 to go, bitch. And hey, if you haven't already, why not consider subscribing? Come on. Why haven't you subscribed at this point? Become a picky penguin aboard the SLP, where the day's always sunny and the vids are always funny. And as always, guys, till next time, stay classy.